All right, we are live.
All right.
Man, we of course you and I are here. Lori's here. We've got Jerry J. Todd from 21090 got his Nancy Fraley pick there. Tater Dom, Big Daddy H. The hashtags tonight are top 10. This is according to mensjournal.com, so don't shoot me. Top 10 beers, greatest beers in the world. And I can tell you, it is. There's only one beer not from the United States on the list.
All right, Dan.
Now, I did pull this from a top 100 list,
Okay.
but I just picked their what they said their top 10 was.
I
So,
got you.
well, what are you sipping on tonight?
Starting off with a little 1792 foolproof pick.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
thank you.
sipping on Horse Soldier here. A nice metal label, like a penny stamp label on there. Not
Nice.
that I care about that much, but 2 years age, handmade and bottled by American Freedom Distillery, Columbus, Ohio. So
Nice.
it's actually one I picked up on a trip to Louisville. So
There you go. I need to go down and get you some of that Still Austin stuff when you get down here because I think you're going to be down here on the Sunday out,
no,
and
I'll
a
be
Monday. And
there on Saturday.
okay. Will
Yeah,
you be able to stop by then?
yeah. We I kicked everything back one day
Oh, okay.
because I was going to end up at your place on a Sunday. So I was like, well, we need to leave Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be heading your way Saturday. So I'll be there sometime around noonish or a little afternoon
Okay.
on Saturday. But I'm stopping at that liquor store in because there's no
Round Rock.
reason for to go all the way to South Austin and drive all the way back up.
Yep.
I'll hit that one on the way. Dad and I will, and then we'll be there, and then we can hop around and do a few things after we're
Okay.
there. Sugar
Ahoy,
Kitty's in the
Groovy.
house. Mom's here. Jerry J. Groovy. Ahoy. Crazy Ann. Well, how you doing?
How you doing?
mm. Yeah, that Horse Soldier. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good straight bourbon, non-chill filtered, but it's just not very potent. It's
Yeah.
only 87 proof
Oh,
and really
well,
easy to drink, though.
it's been a long week so far, and that's why I started off with this one here. You know, the old foolproof's 125, so
Yeah.
but it doesn't drink that hot, which surprisingly.
No. Well, good cast strength, barrel strength, or barrel proof bourbons don't drink hot.
Yeah,
Um,
like I've had some 95 proofers, stuff like that. It drinks hotter than this for some reason. Maybe just how where it was aged in the rick house or something possibly.
yeah, could be. Hmm. That's a good little sweet. It's a little sweet. A lot of caramel. I mean, it's a lot of wood sugars in it. That's
Hmm.
about what you're getting with a 87 proof. But other than that, we may have a guest up later. I don't know yet. Talked to him last night uh, a little bit, but if he comes up, it won't be till around 8 o'clock. So he'll just be here at the very end
Okay.
of everything. Um, but we'll see how that goes, and I'll have to send a link out if it is requested.
Okay, okay. Very nice. Missing some guests.
Well, I backed off that because that things got a little hectic. I'm working on different projects, and I'm kind of overloaded at work right now. Uh, with so there was a director that left, and the CISO and I kind of split his team in half. He took
Mm.
half, and I took half, so we didn't replace the director.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes things a little more hectic. I have to change hats a lot more at work.
Oh,
Uh,
does
and
that mean you got a raise?
A little.
But you're
Yeah.
you're
I do.
doing double the work there now. Come on.
Yeah. Well, it's all good. Um, I won't. I won't. We won't go into that. That's.
All right.
But I did get
I'm
some.
just saying, you know,
Yeah.
if you and this other guy are replacing a man, then part of
Oh,
that
well, yeah. Well,
salary.
okay.
But
Let me put it to you this. Let me put it to you this way. The compensation that we received for this
mm,
does not equal what that director was making. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a money saving move.
okay, well that kind of makes sense.
Right. So we were, yeah. It
Yeah.
was.
So okay, well, still then okay.
I have to do the fiduciarily responsible thing. Now it's just hard at first until I get my arms around all of it. Art by Sparkle is here. How's it going?
Hey,
And
Sparkle.
now once I get everything out in front of me and I've got it all laid out in my mind, it's a
Hmm.
cakewalk after that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Jimmy's random content.
Hey,
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Arbaugh is here. Yeah, we. I don't actually swing the hammers, so
Uh,
um, I
well, but
point
you're
at
still
the.
pointing the finger.
I'm pointing at the nails, but yeah, I don't swing the hammers. So
Yeah. Well, it
yeah, he's the
does.
save all days. Yes.
Yeah, and the bonuses too. There. Come
Mm,
on. Gotta have
yeah,
them yearly bonuses.
that comes in handy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had some trees removed. That made me think of it. Yeah, we just we had, but every time we get something like that, we have it planned out already, and the money goes.
Mm.
You know, like it's like we have to have these trees removed. So
Oh yeah.
that was several
More
thousand
money you
dollars.
make, the more money you need.
Yeah, but now those trees were getting tall, and they're not the right type of tree to have on your property line, and they were sagging and laying down in my neighbor's yard, and
Mm. Are
hanging
you?
up. You know how they have like the feeder pole that goes from the main electric pole
Mm.
to, and then it services like three houses.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the limbs were getting on like our lines and his lines.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's no
So,
good.
and my responsibility. I mean, I screwed
Yeah.
up and bought the house with the crappy trees on it.
Well, I'm fixing to cut down a whole bunch at my new place myself. I got some big cedar trees that need to go that are already dead, but they're big. They're huge. They're like a regular western red cedar. So they're good sized trees, but they're tall. So I'm actually going to repurpose them. I'm going to cut them down and then use them to make like an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah,
Put the for the post and then the rafters and stuff in that.
I'm gonna
And
post this one more time. I posted it earlier, but I'm not seeing anybody getting their hashtags in. This is the number 10 on the list, worth 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. Hashtag Founders Kentucky. That's breakfast stout. It only gives you so many characters, so I had to abbreviate. But that is, and I actually had to leave the apostrophe off of Founders because it wouldn't let me put the T on stout in there. So
Jeez.
but yeah, I posted it out while the music was playing. I don't normally do that. I just want to make sure people are seeing it and getting those entries in. So yeah, go ahead.
Are you going to plant any more trees instead, or no?
A fence.
Just a fence?
We're gonna put fence up because we had
Yeah.
them we had them grind the stumps after they
Okay.
got rid of the trees, so it'd be soft enough to plant posts in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My brother recently put up some uh, cane for along one of his fence lines.
Mm,
It's a tall clumping cane, so it
yeah.
grows real tall. Like 15, 20 foot or better, but it stays in a small confined space. So makes a really good screen. For uh, to screen the neighbors off, and then also a noise break as well.
Oh yeah. Well, we have dogs, so I'm trying to
Mm.
plant. I know I said plant. Yeah, plant them in concrete. That's what we're gonna
Heck
do.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Jerry
whole bunch
J.
of posts
I
put
was
in for
wondering when
him.
somebody was gonna call me out on planting posts. Yeah. Now, now there is a post oak. I could do that.
Yeah, bet they get big though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we had those little trees when I was in Texas. They get about that big around, and
Hmm.
all. Well, they were young, uh, and we called
Takes
them post oaks, but I don't know
you
what
know
they.
takes a long time for trees to grow down here in Texas.
Yeah,
Certain spots, certain low lying areas where it has water consistently, you'll get a nicer tree. I mean, I used to work on this one piece of land down here, and there were some pecan trees down there that were, the size of your car hood. You
yeah,
know, huge. You mean two people linking hands could not reach around the tree trunk.
yeah.
But
That's and if you park your car under it, it will make the car super sticky all over.
yeah, can.
I
Well, and
was
then
going
when
to
it,
tell Art by Sparkle. It's a. I had to abbreviate that beer. It's really a breakfast stout, so I put Be Fast, not Blast. So
oh,
we'll
nice,
spin
Fulton.
that here in a few minutes.
Happy 63rd birthday
All
to
right, happy birthday to Grandma.
Miss Tracy, Grandma Tracy.
Mm, yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Mm, that was good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Pepper's Country Club is here in the house as well.
Hey,
Um,
Peppers.
I think I'm gonna switch to something besides this horse soldier bourbon here.
Yep,
This is
me too.
this is like drinking vanilla sugar water or something. Yeah, there you go. Straight
Go
rye.
a, go a little rye, 100% rye. I have heard from at the distillery and from Nancy that they're going to be releasing a cask strength rye, hopefully around September, if Nancy thinks it's up to snuff.
Okay.
It's all according to what she thinks. If she goes, no, we give it another month. It is what it is. But I'm looking forward to that big time because this rye is so tasty.
Mm. Yeah, there's certain ryes. I mean, it depends on the strain or type of rye that they use. I
Hmm.
like the softer rye, uh, the hundred
That's what
percent
this
rye.
one is. It's
Yeah.
100%, but I think it's all Texas grain, and it's pretty light. I mean, it's let's see, 49, 49.8, so what 99.6 proof,
Mm,
but so it's almost 100 proof. But
yeah.
I don't get that weird pickle note and that weird like oh, what's the other weird licorice kind of notes? I don't get
Oh
any of
yeah.
that. I get
Yeah.
more like chocolate and slight fruit and whatnot off of it. So good.
Yeah, Jerry J, that is correct. It is 5 entries per $1. I don't really shout that out a lot because I'm not trying to uh, grub on that. But yeah,
Mm.
it is for supers. I usually start shouting that out close to spin time. If I'll say something like, "And if you are behind on entries, you can catch up by doing this."
Mm-hmm. That's when Kathy Bates will usually jump on in there.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't promote that big time because
Right?
I don't want people to think that's all we're here for. We're not. That's not what we're here for.
Nah. Right, Sugar Kitty. We've been looking for that rye. It's good stuff. I can't wait for the cast strength. Mm. Still Austin's been doing some impressive stuff lately.
Yeah, I can't
21090
wait
will tell
to.
you that with that cast strength pick that I picked up for him.
Oh, he said it
Man,
was fantastic.
it is. I cracked
Yeah,
mine a couple of days ago, but oh man, it's quite tasty. And
I can't wait to get there to
um,
try it.
I think they're gonna have most of them. I want to say June or July, somewhere in that range. They're all going to be about 5 years old,
Mm,
which for a Texas whiskey is saying something, you know, because down here you can't age stuff. This here is only just a little over 2 years old, but
right.
you get that kind of color on a 2-year-old whiskey.
Well, and that's Texas. Yeah, and that was
Hmm.
another thing about the rye. I was talking to the guys in. Oops, I got to spin this wheel. Hang on one second.
All right, dude, spit
Then
it
then
out.
I'll go into that other part that I was about to talk about.
Mm.
Chrome tab. Here we go. All right. Good luck, everybody, on the Founders Kentucky Breakfast Stout worth 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. We are going to land on Jerry J.
Hey, there we go.
All right, mark that one off.
Congratulations.
Let that confetti die down. Don't want to cheat anybody out of their confetti here. And we'll get this one set up. The next one. This is actually a good. I think this one's really good. I like a lot of
Kitty.
stuff by this brewery here.
Okay.
There's Jerry J coming in there with the $10. Thank you. It really helps the channel. Write this
Sir.
down.
Left-hand milk stout.
Yeah, I like it sometimes. My favorite from Left Hand though is in the fall.
Mhm.
Their Oktoberfest.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Samuel Adams makes a pretty good Oktoberfest beer.
yeah, this is better than Sammy's. I can tell
Oh,
you that.
really?
Yeah,
Nice.
the Left Hand is good. I always go once I discovered it. Of course, it's a Märzen. You know, it doesn't say Oktoberfest on it. It says Märzen, which is
Okay.
that style. And but it's one of the best ones that I've tried in the domestic beer.
Hmm.
And every year now in the fall, in October, I'll go get a couple of cases of it.
Nice.
And
Good to stock up when you can.
hell yeah, ring in the fall season.
There you go. Yeah, I like a good Hefeweizen occasionally too.
Oh yeah.
Another one I need to pick up sometime soon is some Bitburger. Haven't had any
Yeah,
of that in a
Dad
while.
likes it. Yeah,
Get
Dad
that
really
in
likes
the pint can.
Yep.
That's a
And it
good
comes in
beer in
that
the summer.
4-pack. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good beer in the summer. I used to really like to get Guinness, but since we don't really get the actual imported Guinness anymore, it's all like
Right.
made here in the U.S. or something in New York City.
Canada and U.S. It's hard to tell where you're getting it from, but they make it
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste the same. It tastes lighter and thinner.
It is. It's lower proof.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good as an actual good Guinness.
You
I
see,
think there's actually a few bars around that will get the kegs,
mhm.
of actual Guinness from England, from over there,
Sure.
Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it's a bourbon channel when I talk about proof on beer. It's ABV, whatever,
Yeah,
I've seen them high enough to be 30 plus proof, though. Oh, you got some sun coming down.
Yeah, sun just peeked out from behind the clouds. Oh, there it goes. Oh, seeing spots. There we go. That's better now. I can't pronounce that, Sugar Kitty. Frankens Connor Uber Ales. That's German. I can't pronounce it.
Oh, if you can read the cans bottles, you can get the real Guinness. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, St. James Gate.
Those are the ones I get. The tall cans with the
Mhm.
widget in them, and they
Yep.
the activator, and it bloop when you pop
Yep.
it. And I have the gravity glasses, and I love that stuff. Pour it and
Yeah.
watch it settle and come up.
Yeah. Watch it cascade down. Oh, that's nice.
It is.
I do like a
Yeah.
good Guinness or a black and tan occasionally.
Yeah,
bad
I just
sale.
got to when I go get them. It's about $9 or $10 for 4 Guinness cans,
Mhm.
but they're the pints, and I'll get 2 of those, so I'll have 8 of them.
Well, Bitburger's not really the best German beer, but it's a nice little light one, for
Mhm.
summertime.
I prefer
Oh.
my Guinness in between. I will pull it out. I put it in the fridge, and I keep my fridge really, really cold. I keep it where it took me a while to adjust it because I have a hanging thermometer in there to let me know where it's sitting. but it's a cheap fridge, and it's one of those where the refrigerator cools from the freezer, so it's
Hmm.
got the vent hole in the back. So if you leave stuff back there too long, by that where that cool air is coming down, it'll
Yeah.
freeze that stuff. But I keep my Guinness in the fridge until I know I'm going to drink it, and I'll pull it out about 30 minutes or so
Mm.
before. And when I pour the first one, I'll immediately pull another can out and set it there. I kind of like it in between.
Yeah. I'm about with that. Cool. Well, what we would call back home fence row code.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's cool, but it's not hot.
Right. Yeah.
So, just a slightly cooler than room temp.
Yep. Yeah. Because I think the flavors of Guinness come out better, the creaminess and
Hmm.
all, if it's not super
Exactly.
cold. Right.
Yep. I mean, and I'll drink it warm. I used to drink another ale that I would get from over there, Bass Ale.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, I would drink that, but I would drink it at room temp.
Oh, yeah.
I
Now,
never
Bass
even
is,
bothered to put it in the fridge.
yeah, Bass is what I would get to make my black and tans.
Yep. Bass Ale. And then there was another one. It was from over this, close to that same neck of the woods. Um, Dang, what was it? I want to say it was like maybe a red ale or something. Can't remember now off the top of my head.
I'd probably know it if you said it. I'm
Yeah.
a adult tasty beverage fan, so I like a lot of different stuff.
Well, I was lucky because there was a bar right off of the base down there in Homestead, Florida that we would go to occasionally, and they had wings, but they also had beers on tap, and they had this certain one on tap, and a lot of people didn't really know about it. And I'm like, let me try that one. I got a pour of that, and I'm like, oh, give me a pitcher.
Yeah, Sugar Kitty
So
asking if you're talking about Killian's Red.
no, not Killian's.
Yeah.
No, it was Killian's is okay, but it was a different one. Dang it, I can't remember the name of it. It's been so many years now since I've even seen it.
Yeah, I used to make the blacksmiths too. Get the Smittix and
Oh
Guinness.
yeah, Smithwick's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Lone Star.
Hey,
How
Kathy
you doing,
Bates.
Anthony? Oh, Kathy Bates, Miss Sexy Voice in the house.
All right, we are, and she got that entry in just in time. We're crawling right up on it. I'm going to go ahead and spin this thing.
It probably is Sugar Kitty. Fake Irish. Quit playing.
Fake
Oh, I
Irish.
drank a lot of Irish whiskey this last month.
If you miss this one, don't worry. There'll be another one coming right after it. But good luck, everybody, on Left Hand Milk Stout for 10 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Oops.
We are landing on Sugar Kitty.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, Killian's is a Coors product now. Jeez. Well, for that
Oh,
matter, hadn't didn't Budweiser sell out to the Japanese or something years ago?
well, I know. I don't know about Budweiser, but not Lone Star. What was the amber the amber beer in Texas there? Shinerbach.
Ah, Shiner.
They did.
They sold out to Japanese.
Yep.
Dang. I haven't. I
That
stopped
was that
drinking
was while I was
Shinerbach years
still there.
ago. Hey, Lone
Uh,
Stars Lounge. Get you some of that.
and speak of the devil, the number 8 on
Yeah,
the list is Guinness.
Guinness.
It's probably my favorite distillery right now.
It is. Yeah, it's one of mine too for right now. I mean, they're just doing phenomenal stuff. They really are. Bud is InBev. Oh, it's European. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
about
the thing
right.
about Sugar Kitty. He's always dropping the knowledge on us in these
Oh
streams.
yeah. Well, sometimes I go and look up like the parent companies, like not just on beer or whatever, but on
Hmm.
everything. And I
Yeah.
just like to know, is it PepsiCo? Is it Coca-Cola? Is it, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, Del Monte and
Well,
whatever the
who
stuff
was it?
is?
Balcones just sold to who was it? Sazerac?
Probably. Sazerac,
They're
well,
buying everybody up.
yeah,
Oh, same as Stella. Yeah, Stella Artois. It's pretty good, nice little light beer.
that is very light beer. And my only thing with Stella is that it's less than 12 ounces a can.
Really?
Yeah, because they do it by the European measure.
Oh, okay. Jeez. Give me a pint. I want a pint.
Well, and there's a difference between an American pint and a European pint.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I thought a pint was a pint.
Nope.
Hmm. Well, I've heard that a lot of the bottles nowadays are going to start going to 700 mil versus the 750.
Hmm. Oh man, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, you lose a couple of pours. Maybe but maybe one or two pours.
Well, what I don't
But
like about it is if they leave the prices all the same and they
oh, of course,
take
they
50
keep
milliliters out.
exactly. They keep a mini bottle out and charge you the same dang price. Like, come on now.
I mean, we're all used to 750 milliliter. That's what we have had for years and
Well,
years and years.
but I think that's just mainly here in the U.S. Everywhere else, like Scotland and Ireland and stuff like that, I think they've been 700 for many years. I'm
Mm.
not sure about that. Ah, Diageo. There you go. Thanks, Sugar Kitty.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Diageo.
Yep. There we go again. Little cloud break.
Well, and the other one is Suntory.
Yeah.
That's the Japanese company keeps buying up a bunch of stuff, and of course
Yeah.
Beam, Jim Beam sold out to Suntory a long time ago.
Oh yeah. I have a bottle in there. It's a Suntory. It's a AO, and then what it is, it's a blend of five of their different distilleries. Jim Beam being one of them.
Hmm.
So they had their master blender take a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one, and blend it all together to make this one blend that they put out. It's quite good, but it's you can't really get it here in the U.S. I was lucky. I had a friend of mine that flies commercial. He's a pilot that flies commercial planes over to Japan all the time, and at the duty free thing over there in Japan, he picked me up a bottle of that, brought it back, and
Yeah,
it's quite good.
the underrated stuff. I mean, I like Bakers, and of course there's Booker's and
Bakers
Little
and Bookers.
Book and all of that, but
Yeah,
Booker's is about to price themselves out because it's a crapshoot on Booker's if it's going to
yeah,
be really really good or not. And I just don't want to spend 90 to $100 on something that it's okay,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
could have had a couple other different bourbons.
for
But
sure.
the one that I like, and I'm trying to find it on my shelf right now, is the Legion. I think
Oh
Legion
yeah.
is one of their underrated offerings.
Hmm.
People, I don't know, it's just not that popular, but it's that East West fusion. Uh, of course, Booker No or who they did uh, the master distiller, but they had a Japanese blender put
Hmm.
uh, Legion together,
Oh, okay.
and I always keep a bottle of that.
They they definitely have a good nose to them. The
Mm.
Japanese blenders, they don't play around.
Oh no,
They do lean toward a Scotch though.
yeah, they do, but that's where they
Yeah.
studied. They went to Scotland, studied,
Hmm.
and then went back to Japan and locally sourced everything to make Japanese whiskey. So
Yep.
that's where they learned. Oh, goody, goody, goody! Thank
About
goodness, Art
time.
by Sparkle. Woo! I was about
Uh,
to say, see, you put that insurance on it, and
oh,
they
all
didn't
right,
mess with it.
I'm gonna have to put my blind down. Hang on just a sec.
All right. Mm.
I can't see.
Yeah. Fred, no. Yeah, Fred. Fred, no. I don't remember the Japanese blender's name. I can
You
read it
probably
off
couldn't
the
pronounce
bottle.
it anyway.
I can because I lived in Japan for 4.5 years, so I got
Oh,
used to all that. But all you have to do is learn how they because they only use so many syllables and they only have so many sounds to make. And if you see an E is A, an I is E, is so like
hmm.
hibiki is with
Mm-hmm.
an I, and AI is I. So like a haiku is Haiku.
Okay.
They can't say L's, so they actually spell things with R's instead of
Huh.
L's.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
like borrowed words and things like that, like elevator and for elevator and escalator for escalator, because they, they they don't run things together like we say escalator.
Mm-hmm.
They say it more like escalator. So
Ah.
it's broken into those syllables, those chunks.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, we'll call him Freddie anyway.
mhm. One of my
Hey there,
favorite ones was watching
Anfield.
Anfield Road layout in the loft. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, one of my favorite things over there was watching baseball,
Yeah.
and the ump behind the plate. They would say, "Suteraku." Hanakalani Creations, Aloha.
Aloha, Ellen. How you doing? Well, I hope.
Always, I hope everybody's doing well. All righty. We are at 17 after. We are
Mm.
currently on Guinness. So one of the easier entries of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look around and find me some Guinness that, like Sugar Kitty said, it's still from that one distillery,
Yeah, St. James Gate.
the
Yeah.
St. James Gate. Yeah,
My
because
local grocery store carries them, but
mm,
they only ever have like 2 or 3 of the 4 packs up there.
yeah.
And if someone has had, I know this because I have a friend of mine that had the surgery done, the gastric bypass surgery
Mm-hmm.
to lose weight. It's very hard for them to drink carbonated beverages,
Yeah.
and but he can drink Guinness
Oh,
with the tiny bubbles in
yeah.
it or whatever.
Yeah. Was it nitrogenated?
Yep. And so
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
and I compete over
Sugarcane
those.
Brewery. I'm used to distilleries nowadays, because I think I go down to Still Austin. And I think a couple of the bartenders there know me by name now. Like,
Yeah,
oh, hey, Mark, you here to pick up some Nancy?
yeah.
Shoot.
Slapshot Roadhouse and
Yeah, possibly. Give me 2. That's all they'll sell you. Well, I take that back. Most of them will only sell you 2 bottles per person.
mm,
There's one lady that I know there that I can get at least 3 bottles from. So,
there you go.
but
No, there was one I was getting a bottle, and it was limit one per customer,
mm,
and they're like, they looked
slap
around,
shot.
they looked around the store, and there was only like one or other person in there, and they weren't even looking at bourbon, and they said, "Go out and put that in your car and come back, and we'll sell you another one."
There you
So
go. Yeah,
I'm a good
that's
customer.
nice. Well, yeah, if they know you by name, they see you. I mean, me, I'm kind of one of those people that's kind of hard to miss. Once you
Mm,
see me a couple of times, you're like, oh yeah, that dude. With now that the hair's growing out, and of course this, kind of hard to miss.
yep. I'm gonna
You're
grab
like, oh
another bottle
yeah,
of water before this next. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna
oh, by the
spin.
time to spin it up.
Yeah, let me present the screen, and then we'll
Mm,
spin the Guinness.
dang,
All
that
right,
still
good luck,
rides good.
everybody. For this is still 10 entries. We have 3 more. This one and 2 others at 10 entries, and then we move up to 15. Sugar Kitty. All right, there's the alarm going off. That is Sugar Kitty's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Kitty will get entries if wins
Sugar.
again. But I will also spin again. But I will put a plus whatever by one of the other. We
Yeah,
let you win twice. Once you win a third time, we give someone else a chance to get on there.
that's all
Now
right,
this
Sugar
is
Kitty.
different.
My grandmother was about, maybe 5'2" ish, something like that.
All right,
I
so
remember going
this
over to my,
one,
I remember going over to my grandmother's house, and she's like, "Dang, you're getting tall." I'm like, "Well, I can't help that, but you know." She's like, "Hold out your arm." So I did like this, held my arm out straight, and she could walk underneath my arm and not, her head wouldn't touch.
mm,
I'm 6 foot, so
yeah,
I'm not
I'm
a huge person by any stretch of the imagination.
depends on what shoes I have on. I think I'm a little over 5'11" with my cowboy boots on, but
Yeah,
I'm a little over 5'10".
I'm a
So
little over 6 with cowboy boots on, but I don't. I usually wear ropers, so they don't have much of a heel to them. I don't like the
right.
actual cowboy boots.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a bottle of water. I'm trying to stay hydrated here tonight.
There you go. Yeah, the Founder's Breakfast Stout. That's a pretty decent beer right there.
Yeah, there.
Now she's 4'10" and a half. Dang. Yeah, that old age will shrink you down a little bit.
Yeah, now this entry here is different than the other one. The other one was Founder's Kentucky Breakfast Stout, and this is regular Founder's Breakfast Stout. So
Hmm.
if you're new to the table, well, what happens is about every 10 minutes we spin for a hashtag entry. The first five, so 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 are all worth 10 entries to the quarterly drawing if it lands on you. And then 5, 4, 3, and 2 on the top
Worth
10 list are worth 15 entries to the quarterly drawing. And number one pick of the night
20.
is worth 20 entries to the
20.
quarterly drawing.
I like that.
And at 8 p.m., here in just a little over about 38 minutes or so, we will have the put me in. I call it everybody gets a trophy. All you have to do in any form or fashion is type the words "put me in the chat, and I will put you down for 5 free entries to the quarterly drawing. One put me in per person.
Oh, dang, Lori. Sorry. Well, be sure you're here every week then.
What's that?
Lori said earlier, don't know if she if you saw her message, but if she's not here, she ends up having some severe problems.
Mm.
So try to make it here all the time. Then
Hmm.
we don't need no problems. We drama free.
Yeah, yeah, we try to be.
Yeah, yeah. More than 90% of the time, anyway.
Oh yeah, 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 absolutely. Now I think uh, too much of this causes drama every once in a while.
For sure. Well, in my case, I can definitely call it slurring.
That yeah,
Yeah, but
lowered inhibitions. Mm,
but I can readily speak fluent drunkenese.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I've gone back and seen myself on stuff, and I thought I wasn't that bad, and then I go listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, the last time I went somewhere, yeah, I was like,
Yeah, excuse me. There's
I was like,
definitely been a couple of streams where I've had about two pours too many, and
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I should have dove off of that one about 10 minutes ago. But
Well,
you know,
well, when
when
I
I
make
when it,
old fashions, I have a particular rye I like to make my old fashions with,
uh
and those get me in trouble sometimes.
okay. Oh, sorry, Lori. She said back pains.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm sorry. I deal with
Where'd I
back
get
pain
this
all the
from?
time,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's a daily occurrence. But we do what we can.
I got to do this one again. So this one I just put a short out on, so I went back and ripped one of my old full reviews, and I did
Wheat
like
penny.
a short on it, and it's got a penny on top of it up there. But this is finished with black cherry and toasted oak wood, and this thing is different.
I bet.
It is different. Now this is finished and bottled by. So this is
MGP juice.
yeah, pretty much. But it's Cleveland, Ohio. So
Okay.
when I did it, I said in the review, I said I don't want to say it's weird, but if
But
they
it's
didn't,
weird.
you know. Well, what it is, what's weird about it is if they didn't have the mash bill on the bottle, I would swear it was a medium to high rye bourbon. But
Okay.
it is 51% corn, 45% wheat, 4% malted barley. And what I said in my review is I'm not familiar with the black cherry wood. So maybe that is giving it those floral notes that I'm getting. Because, you know,
Okay.
certain types of rye bring out those little floral notes and stuff,
Yep.
the twangy floral. And I get that off of here. But it's interesting.
All
It
right,
does
Lori.
have that. It does have that undertone of marshmallow, that toasted oak
Oh,
to
they
it.
toasted. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Well, Lori, quit putting it off. Quit slacking. Go see a doctor.
Yep.
Get lined out. Maybe a chiropractor. Who knows?
Yeah, I had a doctor one time tell me not to go to a chiropractor.
Yeah,
They
I've had
said,
them say that to me too. But I've went to a chiropractor on occasion, and they have really helped.
well, it depends, you know,
Yeah, it depends on what's wrong, actually.
because
Yes.
what my doctor told me is we're all trained. Like every doctor is a chiropractor, every one of
Hmm.
them, and they take the same exact training, but it's just those guys drop out of med school and become a chiropractor while they continue on.
I've never had any doctor adjust me
No,
other
I
than a
mean that's
chiropractor.
yeah.
I have not tried the Powers Rye Sugar Kitty. I haven't seen it around here yet. I'm on the lookout for it though. I do have a bottle of regular Powers and the Three Swallow and the one that shall not be named.
Now, I will tell you why Sugar Kitty won twice in a row
Mm.
because we have 16, 17 people watching, and I'm only have 7 entries.
Ah,
So when the entries are low, it gives people more of an opportunity to come up multiple times.
redacted.
She makes everything better, little Jerry J. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, a nice little. If you Jerry, if you have a hot tub, get in the hot tub, go to your chiropractor, and then come back, get in the hot tub. Huge plus.
All right.
It because the chiropractor will put stuff back in place like it's supposed to be at, and then you get back in the hot tub and relax in that hot water, and it relaxes those muscles that are pulling stuff out of the way, out of where it's supposed to be at.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Newfoundlander Ingalls family's here. Kathy Bates says the wheel stopped loving her. And I don't think it was today. That's a shout out to the country song. Newfoundland Ingalls family had to feed the dogs.
that wheel stop loving me today.
All right, I am going to present this screen. There goes the alarm right there. Let's get this shared out. And with 7 entries, let's see if it'll land on Jerry J or Sugar Kitty. Here we go. Oh, that's Lori. Let me write
Yep.
Lori's name down.
There we go.
And
Lori won one.
I will draw again. And if you don't know, Lori is visually impaired, and it has a very difficult, Big Daddy H, difficult
Big
time
Daddy.
putting in the hashtag entries. So if it lands on me, I give those to her.
There you go, Jerry J. That'll work.
Man, my nose. This time of year. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
goodness.
that pollen's getting thick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already getting thick down here in Austin. I've got hummingbirds flying around my head over here, and the purple martins are back. Flowers are blooming all over the place. Bluebonnets are abundant this year. They're huge everywhere. It looks really pretty.
All right, here we go. That's the way I wrote it down. For some reason, it just doesn't look right. If it's spelled wrong, don't worry about it. Whatever.
They spell it like it looks in chat. It'd be all right.
Yeah. As long as it's spelled like I mean, I could
The
just
Schutz,
yeah, the abyss.
the Abyss Stout. I don't believe I've tried that one. Oh, Jerry, I've already cut my grass 3 times.
Yeah, I let mine go a little bit, but
Well,
it's hard to
it's
tell.
getting
Yeah, I
that
can't.
thick
Yeah.
already. I had to cut it already a couple of times.
Well, and it didn't help when they pulled those trees out and drove that skid steer all over the place. I don't have any grass
Well,
where they did that anymore.
yeah,
Jimmy's
yeah, but
random content hates that beer.
yeah, you can't like them all.
It
I don't.
was number 6 on the list. BlameMen'sJournal.com.
Yep.
Northwest Bourbon, cheers and
Hey,
welcome.
Mark.
All righty. You know, I
Hmm.
never said what we give
Well,
away here.
24 note nosing kit for sure.
That's one.
And then we have a really nice, not a Glencairn, but
Mhm.
a crystal decanter.
Looks
Oh, I
just
like
like that.
yours. Hmm. I got one in there.
And you'll have
And
another one when I come.
let's see. Is it a hat too? Or no?
Mm-mm.
No hat.
It is a 24 note nosing kit, 3 sample bourbons marked A, B, and C, a
Yes.
virtual private tasting with me, and a crystal whiskey glass with my logo expertly laser etched into it, laser engraved, I mean.
There you go.
So that's the first prize. And I've marked the bourbons A, B, and C. A is more what I consider a beginner bourbon. B is an intermediate, and C is a more advanced, full noted bourbon. And then I walk you through using the nosing kit and what notes to try to pull out of those bourbons. And then you can use that as a crutch for a while till you train your palate and your nose, and then there you go.
Excellent. And I'm going to be one of the lucky ones. I'm going to get an in-person uh, showing of how to do this.
Mhm.
Be
Yep, and
phenomenal.
I've got it put together over there. I just don't have I haven't activated it yet.
Yeah, it's all right. No worries. We can do it when we get down here, when you get down here, or before you come. Either way.
Well, I've got that crap up there. I'm never going to drink. That's what I activate it with. I think it was $4.70 something cents for 750 milliliters.
Well, if you want to wait, I got some Tito's in
There's no
there.
use of wasting Tito's, even though it's just a bar, staple Tito's.
Yeah. Well, I don't drink it myself. I mean, there's probably one or two other different varieties of vodka in the house, but I don't drink it myself very often.
Yeah.
The only one I have that I drink is it's a Russian potato vodka that I get in it's a tall black bottle,
Mm,
and I mainly just for a martini, a
yeah.
filthy martini, not dirty, mind you, filthy.
All right. Okay.
But that's just me.
Yep.
To
I,
each his
I
own.
I have a bottle of maraschino cherry juice up there. My wife ordered or bought it or something and said, "Hey, we have two of these. Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah, I like the cherry juice in my old fashioned." So
Hmm. I usually throw like a. What if I got it? I don't remember the exact one I've got. I've got a Luxardo, and then I've got a different one that's basically the same thing as a Luxardo cherry. And
yeah,
those are pretty good in there, but they're sweet. Oh, dang, they're cloyingly sweet.
frost less than a week ago. Wow,
Oh, yeah.
it was 73 or 4 here today.
It was low 80s here.
Yeah, Texas.
Mm.
That's where if there were a giant magnifying glass in the sky, it's aiming at Texas and
Yeah.
Arizona and all
It
that.
sure feels like it most of the time, boy. Ooh, it gets hot down here. Dang. I mean, I'm used to Kentucky, where we had 4 definite seasons. Down here in Texas, yeah, it's like 2.5 ish.
Yeah, it's summer, and then you get like a spattering of a little winter every once in a while, and then it's summer
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of spring for like, a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
Just because
And
it
then,
doesn't hit 90 till noon doesn't mean it's not.
yeah, I know. It's been already, it's already been in like mid 80s, like 85, 86 degrees down here.
Mhm.
Flowers are blooming all over the place and stuff.
Oh, I remember trying to play disc golf down there, walking all those trails and all that.
Oh, I found one that we need to play if you have enough time.
All right.
It's down the road from me and uh, Kyle. Well, we're close to Kyle, San Marcos.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Uh,
I'll
but
I'll, I'll try to bring my bag.
you don't have to bring it back. I've got gobs of disc.
Well,
You
I
pick
know
whatever you
that, but
need.
I've got a Zuka cart with my discs on there. I know what they do.
Oh yeah, all right. It ain't gonna help you. I'm still gonna whoop that butt.
Yeah, there you go.
All
We'll see.
right, then we'll see.
Yeah, my my
I'm
my
looking
uh
forward to it.
my mid and short game are my strong suit. So
Excellent.
yeah,
It's
I don't
been
know. I just
honestly, it's been quite a while since I've actually been out and played many 18 holes of golf around
right.
here. I'm just been too dang busy to get out and do it very much. Even on the
Well,
weekends, I'm usually doing something.
it's too damn cold for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm not a pro. I'm not dedicated like that. I'm not going to trudge around in 2 foot of snow or what. Which we don't get snow here, but I'm not going to get out there and freeze my bones and my fingers trying to.
Yeah, it's hard to throw when your hands are cold, man. That release hurts when it's
Hmm.
when it's cold. Oh, dang it! I, I did one time when I was in Kentucky. I played a little bit, and I put flagging tape. I taped it underneath the middle of the disc. Hang on, airplane.
I can still hear you though.
Oh, but I taped some flagging tape, like 4 foot of flagging tape underneath it, and I could still throw the disc, and then when it went into the snow, you could still see the trail.
Oh,
And
right,
the
right, right.
flagging tape would show you, okay, it's there. Just follow the tape into the snowbank and find it.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that for very long. It's too hard on the hands, and your footing and stuff is not the greatest.
Oh
So
no, those pads if they freeze over, they get ice on them. Actually kind of dangerous. Caution
yeah.
tape. Yeah, that's
No,
it.
not caution tape. That's too wide. Just
Yeah.
your pink or orange flagging tape. It's like maybe 3/4 to a 1 inch wide. That
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I need is the caution tape. 'Cause especially when I'm trying to kill a drive.
Yeah.
I can. You know how the harder you try to throw it, the wider spot you need to aim at because. All right, I have to
I
present this screen.
Spin it up again.
Here we go. Jimmy's favorite beer right here.
Well, the thing with throwing it hard though is nowadays they actually have
Fulton.
oh, Fulton got one. Nice. With some of the discs nowadays, you can with your hand speed,
Mm-hmm.
you can release it on an anhyzer, or actually on a hyzer, and it'll come up anhyzer and then come back. So you'll get that extra distance, but you have to have the height for it to be able to flex back. And
Oh yeah.
the older school discs weren't as forgiving or wouldn't do that as much. Like say an old Firebird or something like that. If you release it on the hyzer, it's going to stay on the dang hyzer. It
Oh,
ain't it
Firebird
ain't
for
going to
sure.
flip
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it depends on the stability or the number on it. How stable it is, overstable, understable. I mean, there's certain discs I can't put full throw on them. They'll just go into a roller. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're so unstable. And when I throw them, I'm throwing them on a extreme hyzer, and it's a hyzer flip is what it
And
is.
it'll still
And
come
they'll
up.
rock right up and actually Annie, and
Hmm.
then they'll do the S drive and come back. So,
Yeah. Like I said, it's been so long since I've thrown a lot of my discs that I'm not real sure how some of them behave anymore. You know,
mhm.
I've still got discs from like early 2000s. 2002, 2001. I've got discs from then
Yeah,
that
I
are
can I can
some
S
of them are actually worth money.
yeah, I can S flight a Vulcan from Innova discs,
Yeah, a Nova.
and I use the I use mostly Innova, but I do have a couple of Discraft discs in my bag.
Hmm.
Normally, I keep those in a different bag because I don't like overcrowding the bag.
Yeah.
But the Roadrunner is lower speed than the Vulcan because that Vulcan's a driver, so you have to
Yeah.
get and that whatever the speed is on it, that is how many revolutions it has to go per linear foot. So the faster you spin it,
Hmm.
your higher speed drivers have to have a lot of spin really
Get a lot of
fast,
snap.
a lot of snap on them because if they're at 12, they have to do 12 revolutions per linear foot to act like they're supposed to act. That's why
Ah.
when people first start playing disc golf, they need to start with lower speed discs because
Yep.
that's why when they go to throw a big driver and they sling it and it goes whoop,
Yep.
because it's not spinning fast
Yep. Yeah.
enough.
Don't have enough grip on it
Yeah,
or
the
speed.
technique. Yeah.
Overcrowding the
Mm.
bag. Yeah. I used to have a bag that all I packed was about 10 discs. And
Well, I mean,
that was usually enough for most of the courses around here.
I, and if I'm playing well, I usually only use about 5 or 6 discs out of the
Hmm.
bag.
There you go.
But when I get in trouble, I want those get out of trouble discs
Yep.
to use. And some of them, there's certain discs I only do like a tomahawk roller with them. That's all I do.
Yep.
I don't throw them for. I throw them straight forward and let them because I know what they're going to act like when they hit the ground.
Hmm. I've never heard of the Brew Free or Die IPA. Then again, I'm not much of an IPA guy, so.
Yeah, yeah. Play the whole course with your 7 iron. Yeah, I mean I
Yeah.
could literally play. I could if I were going to play an entire round only, but you need 2 discs at least because you need your putter.
Eh.
But you
No,
don't. Well,
I got like say like a Claymore or there's a couple other discs like a rock. I could play a whole
mhm.
course with a rock.
Well
I could
that,
throw a
but
rock through almost 300 feet. So
yeah, I would want though. I throw my putter like on the like 280 straight in the woods.
Hmm.
I'll rip the putter down through there and let the ground play bounce it on up.
Sure enough.
But I would probably get a mid range, like a 7 speed, 8 speed
Hmm.
fairway driver, uh, and just use it. But I would want it like neutral on stability, so I could
Yeah.
throw it on an ante and it'll hold it, or I
Yeah.
can throw it on a hyzer and it'll, if I don't overthrow it, it won't flip up. Uh,
Yeah. That's the thing with a lot of the discs nowadays. If they've changed them up to where, you know, the plastic is better. So back in the day, what you would do is you would get, like, say, a rock, and the brand new rock's going to be stable and then overstable.
mhm.
Then your slightly beat up rock's going to be stable the whole way, and then
Yep.
your really beat up, I mean, beat the heck rock, it's going to be
Mm.
stable and understable, or just understable the whole way.
Oh
So
yeah.
you had to have the three of the same disc basically, but in different levels of beat up.
Right. Right. And I have two Vulcans actually, because my first Vulcan started getting beat up, and now there's only one hole I throw it on. Well, I use it for
Oh,
rollers. I use it for
oh,
rollers, which beats it up even more. And then
yep.
there's one that I should be throwing a forehand, but I'm not as good with the forehand flick.
Oh,
So I throw it on a
yeah. Throw it
and
overhand Annie.
yep, and
Yep.
it'll hold it all the way.
Nice. It's fun. I mean, it's a cool sport that pretty much anybody could play for 8 to 80, basically.
Yeah.
The way I looked at it.
Yeah, you don't have to overthrow 'em. I mean, we're
No.
out there being competitive, trying to. I just like watching those longer flights.
Yeah.
It gives you more time to admire your work as it's going.
Yeah. I've watched some of these guys that are throwing, 500, 600 foot and stuff. I'm like, I can't do it. I just ain't no way. If it was some downhill stuff, yeah, I could probably get, 550, no problem downhill.
Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, now flat level ground, I'm not going to get 550.
No, no. I think like the my longer drives. I'm talking when I
Nope.
do everything perfect and I hit the right line, because that's part of it. Is
Oh
throwing it
yeah,
at the right height, angle, and everything, so you can get the maximum distance out of your flight. I've
exactly.
probably thrown them 440 before
Yeah,
under the right conditions, right wind, right angle, right release, everything went right.
yeah,
But normally I'm around 350.
I'm 300, 350 consistently.
Yeah.
No elbow pain.
No, no elbow pain. You're kind of you're pulling the disc through, but you're getting a good swing release, and right at the point of release, the disc kind of snaps out of your fingers if you do it right.
Yep.
The
And
other thing I
even with
did,
the forehand, same thing.
I dropped my pinky off my driver grip too.
Oh, did you?
Yep,
Hmm. Okay.
and
Hey, if it works better for you.
I got more distance and faster spin on it when I dropped the pinky. Yep.
Nice. Hey, Moose.
Alex
Cheers, brother.
Brewer. Oh, we're talking about golf now. Well, yeah, disc golf. So,
Cheers, Moose.
cheers, cheers. All right, I'm gonna.
Oh, get you some of
Yeah,
that,
there it is.
Moose.
All right, here we go. Brew free or die IPA. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. And we're gonna land on Big Daddy H. Now this is for
That's two.
15 entries.
That's two for him.
Yep. Now again, if Big Daddy H wins again, he will get those entries, but I will also spin again because that was his second win.
Gotcha. Tell you what, I'm gonna put that up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something different.
All right. Oh, this is another relatively easier one to put in. And there's the alarm going off, so I got that in just in time. I am not familiar with this beer either. Either or. Sculpin IPA. Yeah, I'm hoping that I do recognize at least the number 2 and number 1. I recognize those. All right, so right after this spin, right, we're coming up on the top of the hour. We will have the Put Me In going on here shortly after this spin, and we will probably try to change the subject just so we don't bore people about disc golf, unless y'all are finding it interesting. Oh, the one announcement I was going to make is I am in contact with a distillery in Georgia, and the distillery reached out to me and said that the way the young lady, I say young, I don't know how old she is. She said Danielle said some of the fans of your channel contacted us and suggested we reach out to you so you can review our bourbons. If you will send me your address, I will send you media samples to
Very
review.
nice.
So I have 3 samples coming from them,
Awesome.
and I'll do full review videos and probably cut them into shorts after that, after they sit there a little bit. But yeah, I will be shouting that out. I don't know who contacted them, but appreciate it. But I will be saying that, hey, by request, here we go.
There you go. Awesome. That sounds really good.
I'm also talking to them about. I gave them a breakdown of documentary shoot, and
Yeah.
yeah, we're discussing that as well. So,
Very
I mean, I can
good.
get to Georgia pretty quick. It's not that far away from here. So,
Yep. Yeah, you're a couple hours, something like that.
yeah, I asked her if she'd be interested in it, and she said, "Well, it's not in the budget this year, or blah blah." And so I wrote back and I said, "I probably should have led with this, but I don't charge anything for it."
Yeah.
Because I own the rights. I maintain the rights to it. So,
Yeah.
and I monetize it. And so, no, I don't. I'm not going to charge them. Now, if they want, and I wouldn't charge anyway, because I'm not a professional cinematographer. You know, I'm
Gotcha.
self-taught. All that. I don't have the tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. I have the regular couple of thousands dollar worth of equipment. You
Yep.
know, so I'm not going to charge somebody to do a quote unquote professional shoot for them. That's not. I wouldn't do that. It reminds me of folks who like local. You can always tell when there's a local commercial comes on TV. The quality's not quite as good. The
Yeah.
bad acting, over the top, loud, right? So
Yep.
I try to do the best I can. There we go. Is
This
that a
is
Fraley
the.
pick?
Yep. Oh, slide the tag around there.
I
Can't
can't
really
see
read
the
the tag. Yeah, it's a.
Oh, okay. Oh, Nancy
There
Fraley.
you go.
Yep.
Nancy Fraley pick, and it's got the tasting notes on it and stuff. This is the
Mm,
latest one.
awesome.
I'm not sure if it shows up. What is it? 121 proof.
Okay. It's hard to read
But
with that metal, but the metallic, foil label.
yeah,
It glares
reflects.
in the camera. Yeah.
Yep. But quite good. I mean, that's one that she said that she really liked so far. That was her favorite so far on those picks on the cat strength.
Lori, I always put you in when
It
you're
is
here.
moose, and I got one for you.
All righty. Well, I can't wait to go now. So, well, I couldn't wait to go before, but now I'm really starting to get excited. I
Yep.
do have to go sometime tomorrow. I have a couple of errands to run. I'm picking up something for Big Daddy H, so I can bring it with me when I go.
Okay.
And then I'm buying those North Carolina bourbons that y'all are all going to get a bottle of.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's good. It really is. It surprised me how good it was. Now, don't expect you know fantasticness out of it, but no, there's
Yeah.
a lot of good notes in it, and for $36 a bottle,
Can't beat that.
cannot beat it.
I mean,
Uh,
dang. A lot of stuff nowadays is getting into the $50 plus range. And for for my palate, a lot of it's not worth $50 plus.
no, but and the problem is when you start running into small batches craft distilleries and
Mm,
they're procuring their bourbons, and it's not all just
yeah.
Indiana. They'll get some from Buff Trace or something else and blend them.
Mm,
They're having to upcharge on those things.
yep.
And what you end up with is a okay bourbon if they did the right stuff to it
Yeah.
for too much money. There's too many other options out there.
Exactly. It's lately I've been drinking more Irish and some different Scotch stuff like that. But
Right.
you know, it's coming on to bourbon season for me as far as in the spring and summertime. I usually lean more toward the bourbons then, and like you say, well, like with an old fashioned or something along those lines. Something on
Right.
ice. Because down here in Texas, gee,
Mm,
you know, once it gets 100 plus, I'm not drinking much stuff on neat unless I'm in the egg suit.
right.
If I'm in the air conditioning, then yeah, maybe I'll have a nice little neat pour or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that and going to a restaurant. The only thing is, it's no big deal. I mean, I can drink a neat pour in a rocks glass. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, but I'd rather drink it out of this
Hmm.
because I can get the aromas better off of it.
Yeah.
But
But
no, I
if I'm
mean,
chilling out in the pool or something like that, I'll take like something easy or nice and cheap, like say Wild Turkey 101, put it over a couple of rocks,
yep,
sit in
there
the
you go.
pool with it. You know, it's nice, it's relaxing, it's tasty.
Yeah, my only thing is when it starts watering down a little, I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Floop."
Yep. Yeah.
She
True that.
gone.
Yep. For sure.
I
I
think I'm
think
gonna have
this
another
would.
pour of that wheat penny. That's growing on me.
Yeah.
It's just funny how it has a floral, spicy note to it. It's hard to
Hmm.
explain, and there's no rye in it. It
Wow.
has to be coming out of that black cherry finish, the
Hmm.
black cherry wood.
Yep. Now in Kentucky we had the wild cherry. I'm not sure if that's the same thing as black cherry.
I don't know. All I can go tell you is black cherry and toasted oak wood finished.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. Does
and it
sound
may be
interesting.
one of those where they just throw the wood pieces in there
Oh yeah, in
type
the
thing.
put it in the barrel and let it age that way.
Yeah, but it is good. It's again, it's 94 proof. It's not something that's going to explode, but I like the interesting notes,
Yeah.
and I really love toasted barrel finished.
I haven't tried too many of those yet.
It gives you that roasted marshmallow undertone to things.
Oh yeah, that campfire marshmallow.
Hmm. Now, the one that has the most in your face that I've had is the OCD 5, and that we had that bottle of. It's in Tennessee. You can get it, but that one is really, and you don't have to char the barrel. You can toast the barrel and do full aging in a toasted barrel. It doesn't have to
Ah,
be finished in it. You just have to have you have to toast it to a char.
I got you. So, well, I can see that. I mean, it
Whoop.
would be nice, because the toasting brings out different notes from the
Mhm.
wood versus
Oh,
just straight up charring.
absolutely. Yeah, you get softer sugars that come out from
Yeah.
that. And of course, I'm spinning because we're right up on 8 o'clock. And Sugar Kitty. Now this is where I put plus 15 up here.
That's 3 for Sugar Kitty.
That is 3. So I put plus 15, but I'm gonna spin again, and here we go. Good
Yeah,
luck,
Jerry. The
Jerry
airplanes are
J. That is
yeah.
number 2.
It's 2 for him.
All right, that was worth 15. Now I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to set up the next spin, but I'm not going to post it yet because it's that time.
It's time for put me in.
Yeah, but I'm going to do the. All right, get this next one. All right, there we go. Got that in there. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. And then I'm going to put start, put me in. And I have Sugar Kitty already.
Yep. Yeah, you get used to the airport around here, although it's still annoying. Right
Yeah,
now, the wind's all coming out of the south, so everybody that's taking off from Austin Bergstrom is flying basically straight toward the house right now. It seems to come in at certain times of the day, like between 5 and 7, and then a little later than that, like 8:30 to 10, something in that range. But it's all right. Kathy Bates.
yeah. I said any form or fashion, it works.
Yeah, close enough. Put me in, coach.
Right, get all these names down here. I always try to look
Meanwhile,
back up and see. Oh, I think let me look a little ahead because I see Newfoundlander up there. I see. Oh, Fulton was in ahead of it. You write
oh,
that down.
nice Fulton. Fulton's going to Florida here shortly for his vacation.
Ah,
Florida's a nice place to go visit, but I lived there for a couple of years, and you know, I would like to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
mm, I just well, I had an opportunity, a close opportunity at one point in time for a very high level position down there. I wanted the position, but I didn't want to live in Miami.
Mm-hmm. Don't
It's
blame me a
just
bit.
too freaking crowded and it's overpriced because of,
Yeah,
I mean, anytime you get in a location where they have to start building up and not out, everything's the price goes up. So,
oh yeah, yeah. Austin's getting like that too. I mean, they're building out and up, and
mhm.
then downtown's going up. They're fixing to start on one building right now in downtown Austin. It's going to be the tallest building in Texas.
Well, what's the lake around the lake over there? That
Lake
neighborhood,
Travis.
Travis, where the folks from California came and jacked the freaking house prices.
Oh, probably Westlake.
Westlake. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, I couldn't think of Westlake. Yeah, but they sell a house out
Yeah,
there for 2.5, $3 million, and they move here, and the
yeah,
prices were 750, 800, and they're like, "Nah, I'll give you $1.5 million."
yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, but right now the market's dropped. I mean, nobody's buying much around here right now as far as like that kind of stuff goes, because you know the recession and all that kind of
mhm.
stuff.
See, this
So,
is why I always have the YouTube chat over there on the side going because I look down at and I see Kathy Bates says Jerry J hand pink waving, and I look over there and I see the pink hand. So that's why.
put me in, coach. It's not code, Sugar Kitty. It's coach.
Ready to play. Yep.
Yeah. Center
Or
field.
he didn't warm
That's a
up,
good
but he
tune.
still wants to go in and play. So
Yeah, that was a good tune though. That's what comes to mind every time you say "put me in."
Mm. I'm ready to play. Ready to play. Yeah.
Center field. Yep. Dang, that's a good pick. Nancy was right about this one.
All right. Now I'm a little jelly about it. So.
Oh, I got you, brother. I got you. Yep.
All right, I think that's about all we're gonna get on this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. If another put me in comes in shortly after, I will write it down. Oh, before I do that, well, y'all go ahead. If I missed anybody, I say I forgot to shout it out. So here's the entries. If I do not call your name, I did not get you in for the put me in. Please put me in the chat if you do not hear your name. I have Lori, Sugar Kitty, Mr. Great Shot, Big Daddy H, Jimmy's Random Content, Jerry J, Kathy Bates, Art by Sparkle, Newfoundlander Ingalls Family, and Fulton Morass. If I did not call your name, I missed it. Please put it in the chat now.
Harvard Sparkle. I think you got it.
Or if you just spaced out on it and didn't go ahead and put it in while we're doing this spin here. Yeah, I mean these entries are free, people. But you gotta enter to win.
For sure.
And why not?
Yeah,
And if you're overseas, I was gonna say there are alternate prizes depending on.
you can ship stuff like Glenn's and
Oh yeah,
other
absolutely.
things like that, right?
Oh yeah,
It's just the samples and things like that is a bit more difficult to ship overseas, right?
that is very difficult to ship. Yes.
Well, even the nosing kit, you could ship that if you don't activate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't. No, not all of it, because of you have to declare stuff.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be able to put a raw slice of an apple.
Oh,
I wouldn't be able to,
oh,
certain
like green apple or whatever.
right because and I'm not sure the nosing kit would actually be able to go at all
Dang.
because every bit of it's organic.
Yeah.
And if I put a piece of oak in there and there's some tiny freaking aphid on that thing that they don't want over
Yeah.
there, that's yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. And we have the same thing coming from stuff coming in from other
Right.
places as well, because we don't want, like say kudzu. Come
Right.
on, you know, that's all over the uh, Kentucky and Tennessee and stuff like that. That stuff is spread like worse than grapevines.
Right.
It's bad. It's choking out trees. It's choking out grass. It's everywhere.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work. It would probably
Yeah.
have to be really sealed up or whatnot. But I mean, like you said, I can send a lot of things,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. We can work it around.
well, and I also have prizes for people that maybe they're not quite 21 years old yet,
Ah,
stuff like that.
gotcha.
Because there's people in there they may be 20, looking into getting into some of this stuff, learning about it, anticipating because no one breaks the law, right?
No, of course not. Would not even think about it.
I never participated in anything in college before I turned 21. Never, no.
or in the armed forces.
You're right. Well, and that's another thing. Like when I went to Japan, I had to stay in a dorm when I first got
Yeah.
there because the family I had to secure housing before they could come over,
Yeah.
and I'm staying in a dorm with these 18-year-old kids and stuff, and
Sheesh.
in the hallway there was machines that sold beer out of them.
Yeah.
but that's legal over there. They do they mirror the law of the land.
Yeah, they got machines for serve everything over there, sushi
Mhm.
and the whole 9 yards, everything.
Oh man, one of my favorite was the coffee machines. They would have the hot cold,
Oh,
and they had Boss coffee and things like that in these little cans. And in the wintertime, it gets freaking cold around Tokyo or north of Tokyo.
yeah.
And I would get I would buy two of those hot coffees and put one in each pocket of my coat, and they're hot. And then I mean, they're too hot to hold right at first, like constant.
Uh-huh.
But they cool off pretty quick. But it warms your pockets up, and then you put your hands in there, and it's like pocket warmers. And
There you
then you
go.
can pop it and drink it and warm your core.
Yep. Nice. I hate being cold.
Oh, Fulton, you got to have a hashtag.
Yep.
Hashtag or it didn't happen.
Yeah, dorm barracks, same thing,
Mm, yeah,
basically.
whatever. Barracks. I was in the Air Force. We had probably more classy accommodations.
For sure.
I know we had some square feet.
And we had better food too.
Hmm. Yeah, those rooms were pretty big. I mean, there was two to a room, and I
Yeah.
had my own room because I had it was a different circumstance why I was staying in there, and so I had my own room, and it had two beds in it, but they just didn't put anyone in there with me.
Oh, nice.
So higher rank, older person, whatever, that type of stuff.
Yep.
So, um, but yeah, most of them had, but they had, uh, like when you walked in there, they all had their own bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was a bed this way and a bed this way,
Mm-hmm.
and they each had nightstands, reading chairs, desks. I mean, they were full on.
Oh yeah. Hell, me and my buddy had a bar in ours.
Oh yeah, well you can do whatever you do. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice little L-shaped bar in our barracks, our room or dorm room.
Yeah, and they had the lockers, cabinets, foot
Mm,
lockers, down there and all. You could lock your stuff because I didn't really use any of that because I had my own private room. But
yeah. I I still wound up getting. Uh, I had some of my stuff stolen while I
yeah,
wasn't there, but because when I got back from Saudi, I had bought a few different pieces of gold and whatnot over in Saudi Arabia while I was over there.
right.
And after a while being back in the States in Florida, you know, I was away from the
Oh yeah,
barracks for a
Tater
little
Nom,
while
I
and
got you.
somebody done snatched up my stuff,
All
including
right.
my class ring from high school.
Mm.
The cops called me about my class ring, but the rest of the stuff, I'm like, hey, what about the rest of the gold? Like the 22 karat gold ring I had and the bracelet and stuff like that. They're like, oh, well, we didn't heard about that. But you're,
Sunflowers, welcome, welcome.
hey, sunflowers.
All right, we are going to spin this thing because I have to fit this one and two more in before the
Oh,
bottom of the hour. So these are hashtags to get entries to the quarterly drawing. They are free. All you have to do is put the hashtag in, and then I will spin it when the time comes. And if it lands on you, you get entries. Kathy Bates, look, Kathy Bates getting some
eh,
spin love over here.
about time.
It heard you. You said it didn't love you anymore. It felt guilty.
Well, it's been slacking on her.
It has. Well, I've seen her win 5 in a night before. All right, now
All right. So what are we up to now as far as count?
is that all I
This
wrote
is number
down?
3.
I think this is an ale, but I didn't put down. You know what? It doesn't matter. Yeah, we're at number 2. This is still worth 15 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Okay.
And That's what I wrote, so that's what I'm putting in there. 60-minute dogfish. I don't know why I abbreviated it like
Yeah.
that. I think it's an ale, but
Yep. Dogfish ale.
yeah. But
I've heard of it.
it doesn't matter as long as it's unique. So there it is.
Hey, I've heard of that one. 60-minute. Well, Dogfish ale I've heard of. Now the 60-minute I haven't actually heard of that particular one, but
They actually have it on tap here at a barbecue restaurant, but they also have White Zombie, and I always go for the White Zombie because it is fantastic.
excellent. Oh, there's a bar downtown from here. I think they've got about 60 different beers on tap.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. I think it's what the heck's the name of that bar? Mm. Of course, it's not gonna come to my head right now.
Oh, is this a Sugar Kitty? Is this an IPA?
It might be.
Well, the first one is a double IPA.
So higher ABV.
Yes. All right. I just went with
Yep.
their list, and evidently the person working at mensjournal.com that they really like IPAs. They put this list.
I'm more of a stout and like an imperial stout guy. I like those.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, there are certain lagers that I like, but mostly I like ales, and then
Yep.
I like some IPAs, but I like the fruity, like the tropical hops, that type of stuff in it.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
ones that give off that tropical notes.
Yep.
And I do like Hefeweizens and things like that. I mean, I'm just all around,
Yep.
all over
Yeah,
the map.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm typically not an IPA guy because of the excess hops, that bitterness. I don't much care for that. The bitter wang.
Right.
A
Well,
little bit. I tolerate it a little bit more so in the summertime.
mhm. But there are some IPAs out there that do not give off that bitter twang. I mean,
Yeah.
it tastes like mango and pineapple coming
Yeah.
through and stuff like that. And I don't hardly get. Now I did go to a brew pub that brewed their own, and they had the glass wall, and you could see the vats and everything back
Yeah.
there. It was called Humperdinck's, and we would go in there, and they all shut down. They was in. I don't know if you had heard of Humperdinck's. They were in
Vaguely
Texas.
familiar.
Right, they were all around Dallas, and they had a what they called a Big Red, and it was hoppy, and
Piney the Elder. I've
okay,
never
that's
seen that one.
Tater Dom. That's the number one on the list, and I cannot get it here.
No, I've never seen it around me.
No, and if it's here, it's going to be at either Lowe's Food or the Total Wine, and I have not seen it.
What about a Bourbon County Stout? Come on, what the heck?
Evidently, they don't like anything over 10%. I don't know.
Sheesh. Give me some 12 to 14. Come on. If you're going to have one or two of a beer, get you something like that,
Right. All right. This is going to be a quick one because we got to get this last one going. But I'm going to go ahead and present this screen. This is worth 15 entries, and then we're moving on to number one. It's worth 20 entries.
What's worth 20? Come on
this
now.
one, why is it not giving me the draw button?
Pliny the Elder.
It's not giving me the draw button. Hang on.
On that one.
It only has one entry.
Cheers, William.
What happened? Let me go back and try this again.
He's broke it.
It has 0 entries. What's going on? Did I not post it?
60-minute.
Yeah, I did post it. Uh-oh, it broke.
Uh-oh.
It's not giving me the draw button.
Huh.
All right, let me get out of this. All right, I'll stop sharing. I'm gonna shut the giveaway tool down, bring it back up. Good thing I tried to start a little early.
Well,
Huh.
that's
First time that's ever happened. But I can put
technical
it right back in
difficulties.
there again. And I'll be very careful to put it exactly 60-minute dogfish.
Okay.
And there we go. There we go.
Wow.
Now,
Really?
wow, that was weird. Okay, share screen.
Well, good to know, Tater Don. Thank you.
Here we
Piney
go.
the Elder. I'll be on the lookout for that one then. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet around me. It might be.
William Hall. I didn't even see William Hall come in.
Oh yeah. He just jumped in a minute ago.
Okay. Well, there you go. Jump in and win 15 entries to the quarterly drawing. So let me set up number one. This
Yes,
one's
it was
going to
you,
be worth
Kathy.
20.
It was you. You broke the wheel. Dang it.
I need
Come
to
on.
see what'll fit here. This one does have a colon in it.
Yeah. For
Oh,
15.
it fit.
Way
Yay.
to jump in there, William. I'm gonna put my blind back up. I'll be right back.
All right. Now, the number one hashtag of the night worth 20 entries to the quarterly drawing. Pliny the Elder double ITA.
Oh, that's the one Tater Don's been talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what that's what I was saying. It's the number one pick. So perhaps they got something right.
Apparently, I have not seen that one myself. It may be around me, but I have no idea.
I haven't really looked for. I mean, there is a beer made in South Carolina called Edmund's Oast,
Hmm.
and you know what an oast is a vat, to cook the beer in.
Yeah.
And the uh, the can is minimalistic,
Yeah,
and
that's
they make.
fine.
I mean, it's black and white, but I love it. It's beautiful, the art on it, but it's black and white.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
man, that stuff is fantastic.
hey, I got no problem with downplaying the art aspect of it as long as
Mhm.
what you're drinking is actually tasty. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
That's
now
like
they,
like what with this here.
yep,
It's not a really fancy type label or nothing like that, but what you're drinking is actually quite tasty. So,
right. Yeah, well, and the one, well, there's another bourbon over there that they just have the flat type bottles with a little sticker across them. That's the
hmm
Cooks County, I think it is, or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
oh
that.
yeah, plain
Yeah,
old nothing.
but they're good. I mean, they have a slightly peated bourbon that is really good,
Wow,
really good.
you don't see
Um,
many of those in the U.S.
no, and it's lightly peated, and it actually softens the bourbon.
Hmm.
But they're regular bourbon. They just take it and then slightly, this same recipe, same mash and all.
Hmm.
They just uh, when they malt the grains, they use the peat to stop the malting.
Oh, okay.
And
I've got a bourbon from Balcones that was it's peated. It's a peated single malt from Balcones, and
mhm.
I'm not positive, but I'm really for sure that they used an Isla peat for that
Oh,
because oh my God, it's peaty. I mean, I'm starting to like a little bit of
a
peat.
li- well, and
Yeah.
it depends on, like, I've had some heavily peated scotches
Hmm.
that were out of my price range
Yeah.
that I really liked. I enjoyed the hell out of them. Yeah, I think it's the age less, or whatever that.
Well, I mean, I've got like a Lagavulin 16-year-old, and
Mhm.
it's peated, but it's not like it don't slap you down because it's
Right.
16 years old.
But I'm
So
talking about the 10 years and stuff like that. I mean, they'll
some
knock
of the
you
10-year
down.
like Lavorig 10-year-old. Oh my God, that's an Isle of Peat, and I don't like it personally. I've tried it a couple of different times, and Lecheg, uh, that's another that's another way. It's the medicinal notes,
That
the
Band-Aid,
iodine
iodine
Band-Aid note.
Band-Aid. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, thank you. But then you give me something like a Highland Park or something where it's a Highland peat where it has a little bit of the oh, what is that? Heather. You get a little bit heather.
Right.
There's like a floral note in it, but it's really slight, and it's like you're camping out and you're catching a little bit of smoke from the fire that the next camp over is blowing across the camp, and you're like,
Right.
oh, you catch a little hint now and again. It's that kind of a peat. I'm like, well, that's not bad. I can handle that.
All right. Well,
But
my
then
alarm
again,
went off. Fulton didn't win his basketball game, so they're not going to state.
oh,
But
is that what it is?
hey,
Sugar
he
Kitty?
always got next year. But I am about to, yeah, Lagavulin 16, chill filtered, so it takes edges off. Yeah.
Mm,
All right. But we are going to share this out.
that's too bad.
And good luck, everybody, on the 20 entries here on Pliny the Elder. Here we go. If Jerry J or Sugar Kitty win, they will get the entries, but I will also spin again.
Come on. Oh,
Fulton, that was only
Fulton.
Fulton's second one.
Yep.
All right.
Dang. That
Congratulations. Let that die down. We are crawling up on the end of the show here, but we have a few minutes left. And I went back and looked at the shows, and these things run right at it's like we keep it like right on the 147 or 47 an hour and 47 minutes and maybe 15 16 seconds over. I mean, we're pretty close on this stuff because we end
that's all
right at
you, baby.
8:30. But now that's what I try to keep so people know what to expect. They know when to come on. If you can't be here earlier, I understand. I know people on the West Coast maybe still be working when we
Yep.
start and things like that. But if you can make it by 8 p.m., you'll get the 5 entries for the put me in, and you'll also get chances to win the higher spins on the last 3 that are
Yes, sir.
15, 15, and 20. Um, and I know William Hall came in and grabbed a 15 right there. But yeah, that's the same format. And every once in a while, we will. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check my messages, but I'll get with him later on. I was gonna check, but he doesn't use Facebook, so it's hard to check. I have to go into a different platform to check those
Oh,
messages. Forgot to do that. And I don't even know if he's going live tonight or not, but he was going to. So there's someone that's a YouTuber. Of course, we have day jobs, all of us. He lost his day job and he has to move for a different job.
ah,
And he was going to auction off a Fender guitar.
oh, wow.
So I didn't see him show up here tonight in the chat. So
Mhm.
Um, that's why I didn't think of it. I was kind of waiting to see if he showed up in the chat, but he told me it was uncertain whether he was going to do it tonight or tomorrow or whatever.
I got you.
So, but
Quick question for Sugar Kitty. What about Ardbeg? What's the ppm level on the peat for the Ardbeg? Like say Ugadal.
we will wait for that to come in. We have 1 minute left.
I'm just wondering. I mean, because we're talking
55.
about peat a little bit earlier, and oh, okay, 55. So it's less than Lagavulin. Okay. No, actually, it's more than Lagavulin, which I can say I can see that, but it's Ardbeg for me. At least the Ugadal that I've
Oh,
tried
dude, classic is here. Look at him.
is dang, it's meaty. It's like burnt ends, like brisket burnt ends. It's that kind of a meaty smoke, which is weird on the whiskey. You know, well, I wouldn't have expected that from a whiskey.
Yeah,
So
Dude Classic is here in the chat. We are right at time. If he can get a link, let me check YouTube right quick. I know we're out of time here, and I just bragged about how
Frog
we
is
didn't
50.
miss
Wow.
time.
Okay.
But hang on just a second.
I'm guessing that's a Lefroy 10-year. I can't do it. I don't care for the notes that I get off of Lefroy. It's too band-aidy. It's like you took a band-aid, soaked it in iodine, threw it on the beach, set it on fire, and then put it out with salt water.
Yeah, yeah.
I
All right,
mean,
guys. Hey, Dude Classic, if you can check out his channel. Oh, Kathy
oh
Bates coming in right
dang,
there. Let me write this down.
Kathy Bates coming in with a killer super chat.
All right, I got it. I got it right on time. But guys, if you check out Dude Classic, please check him out. And uh, his channel, you see his icon there. With that bluish outline, the face on it, because there's a couple of them out there. So if y'all check him out, do that. Fender guitar. He's going to be auctioning it off maybe tonight. He'll have to give you the key you in on the details of that later. But guys, we're going to go ahead and shut this down. We're going to hit that hour and 48 mark tonight, but we'll keep it on time next time. But peace, love, and bourbon.